Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Storm, and today I bring another Speedpaint. This one is a DTIYS I finished about a week ago, hosted by Mothworms over on Instagram. And it was a lot. I ended up painting this on mostly one layer, give or take a few overlay and sketch layers, and it took around 30 hours to complete, all of which was spread throughout the entire month of June. So to start out, as I typically do, I created a cute little thumbnail sketch in the corner, enlarged it to better fit the canvas, and then started the actual sketch, which in most of my other pieces would just be my liner because I don't like doing and don't know how to do actual line art. It's something I want to get better at though. This was fun to make, if a bit tedious and time-consuming, but I've been wanting to do digital painting for a while, and I've done a few small things in the past, but never something like this, I don't think. Although I have done some lineless stuff before. I've been enjoying the amount of messing around and stuff with my art, both digitally and traditionally. I've been really trying to take advantage of my time during the summer to doodle and create and just mess around, and it's been fun. I've been trying to film my sketchbook and stuff, and I also have a few other projects in mind that I'll hopefully be able to convince myself to start before the summer ends. I've also been doing some other stuff like watching movies and TV shows, also reading. I recently started rereading my Wings of Fire graphic novels. I want to get back into reading the normal novels, but this is just like a gateway to get back into reading, hopefully. And I've also caught up on watching some things on my watch list, like Amphibia and the Mara movie as well. I'm currently on season 3 of Amphibia, and I'm probably gonna choose a day soon to be another reading and or movie marathon day. I've learned that even though I love doing certain things like reading and art, that I just generally really struggle with starting these things, even if I love doing them. So that's why I tried to make days for me to start doing these things, which sometimes works in getting me motivated to start them, but sometimes it doesn't. And I think I can blame the undiagnosed ADHD for that unfortunate bit about myself. Here I'm doing the flats and starting to render things. What I did for this was lower the opacity of my finished sketch and then merged that with my flats layer and then started to render things using a soft brush. I tried using the smudge tool a bit at first, but it would sometimes make the colors look weird, so I ended up opting for lowering the opacity of the soft brush I use, then slowly building up the colors so it would look like a smooth transition. Now, the lighting in this piece makes absolutely no sense. I was staring at the original DTIYs the entire time to try and copy a few things I liked, like the gradient I put in his wings, in Crowley's wings, and also just the colors in general because I wanted to keep similar colors, but I didn't want to color pick anything, so I just tried my best to eyeball. I ended up adding pinkish lighting in the top of both the corners of the piece to try and make things make more sense, but nothing actually makes sense in this. But it does look pretty, and I think that's what counts here. Next, after the body and wings, I work on Curly's face, which when I do a Xerophil's face, I end up doing hatching to fade in some of the things on his face, but I don't end up doing that with Crowley's. I think that's mainly because I didn't know, and don't know what I'm doing, and I was still trying to figure out stuff, just getting the feel of things, you know? Then when I go to color the hair, I end up kind of doing what I normally do for hair, but with more lines. It ends up working out, and it looks really good, in my opinion, but I had no idea what I was doing, and was really just throwing things to the wind and hoping they stuck. In this case, they did, so I'm happy about that. I ended up messing with the text some more because it looked too bland, and then it melted into the background, and then also remembered that Curly has a lower half. So I'm glad I remembered that, because knowing me, I would have 100% forgotten that, and then would have hated myself when I posted it and finally realized Curly's missing an entire bottom half. Now we're finally working on a zero fill, and I think either here or before I start to render the altar, I end up taking a small break from this for a few days because I had scheduled a movie and reading day to try and force me to actually start things like I've said before. Now I'm working on his coat, cravat, and the weird sleeve thing. It's pretty simple, but I really don't know what I was thinking making such a weird shape for his sleeve. It kind of looks like some weird blob, but I don't end up changing it, so there isn't much I can do about it now. Next, I end up doing the chains, which I end up doing the chains and altar differently because I didn't end up looking at a tutorial for metal until I got to the altar. The chains look okay enough, I guess, but they probably would have looked better if I looked up the tutorial before doing them, but it's fine. I think it still reads enough as gold. I tried doing the altar without a tutorial at first, but then I realized that, oh shit, gold is hard. I don't know how to do gold or metal in general, so I look it up. I also end up recoloring the gold because I felt that the original color was too dull, so I just make it a brighter, more saturated color. The altar ends up taking forever to render, not because it was necessarily difficult, I got the hang of it pretty quickly, but because I end up doing weird hatching and such on each shade of gold. So if it looks like I'm doing nothing, then I'm probably doing the hatching for the gold piece. So, Good Omens Season 2, we're getting closer and closer to the next season, and I am so excited. Prime has been showing us a lot of teasers for what I believe are the first and maybe second episodes of the season, and I am happy for it. We also got a new poster recently, and it looks so cool. I currently have it as my wallpaper. It's the coolest poster we've gotten so far, I think. And if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you do. it shows us so many new characters, and Gabriel has a weird fucking bathrobe on in one part. Also, he's shown with long hair like he does with the statue from the original trailer. There's also Muriel looking absolutely adorable. In one part, she's wearing a skirt, which just looks so cute. And then there's Shax, who's also looking fine as hell, and obviously the husbands who are looking cute and everything in every part that they're in the poster. The first episode comes out July 28th, although I learned recently that Americans in New York will be able to see the first 2 episodes about 10 to 20 days early in theaters, since this season is coming out weekly instead of all at once, which I don't entirely find fair. Not the whole people get to see it early thing. I could care less. I wasn't planning on going to see it early, even if it was available here, but it's only available in the US, and to my knowledge, not in any other theaters outside of New York, and it just sucks for anyone like outside of the US, because they won't even get a chance to see it early. And I don't understand why they also don't include the UK in this, since that's where the story takes place. But whatever. Again, I wouldn't have been able to see it regardless, but it still just seems so unfair for everyone else. Also, What We Do in the Shadows Season 5 is coming out literally next week. Like, as I'm doing this right now, it's coming out literally next week. And I'm not too deep in that fandom specifically compared to Good Omens, but I love the show and I'm so excited for that to come out too. Last season was a fucking roller coaster, and I'm so excited to see Guillermo be a vampire. He deserves it. He's worked so hard for this. He fucking deserves it. And hopefully we'll also get news about Our Flag Means Death, because I know that's getting a season 2, and I've also heard some things about it being available elsewhere and not on HBO anymore, but I don't know. I didn't see the news directly. It was a friend had told me about it. So we'll just have to see, but hopefully we'll get more news about that soon. Back to the painting. I tried doing the little pattern on his waistcoat, but that didn't come out well, so I scrapped it. Then I end up finishing with the shoes, hair, his breeches, and some final highlights, and then I'm pretty much done. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Anything extra you may need to know will be in the description, and you can check out my socials if you'd like, and that's it. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye!